Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I am going to be featuring my Kranvagn, but first I wanted to show you guys I completed this unlocking all tier 10s today, and I just want to go over my stats real quick. They're nothing to brag about, but it took me 56,863 games, which is a long time putting in this game. Started on August 31st of 2015, and it's been 4 years. You can see my win rate has gone up to great, and this is just some recent stats. So just think of what my stats looked like when I first started. They were pretty horrendous, and over time I've gotten better and I've upped them. But just go ahead and pause it and look to see like what my overall average stats are compared to what I do now in my tanks. And it's pretty interesting to look at that stuff. Yeah, so if you don't know how to look up your stats, I'll put a link in the description below. But let's get into the Kranvagn, my second favorite tier 10 heavy tank in the game, just past the IS-7, and been doing some negative videos on just tanks that I don't really enjoy. So I had to quit and do a tank that I absolutely love. And in the Kranvagn, and this is an excellent map for it. We're going to climb up the hill. Hopefully we don't get arty bombed. The Kranvagn does not like arty shells. I mean, I don't know a tank that likes arty shells. The mouse can handle arty shells better than most tanks. But anyways, yeah, so I finished. I got all my tier 10s unlocked. I actually bought both of them, so I spent 12,000 silver today and equipped them, and man, what a monkey off my back. I was so sick of playing arty, grinding those lines out. I used all my boosters that I've gotten to try to finish up those arty lines, so I have no more times 2, times 3, times 4, times 6. Is there times 6? I don't know, but I just used all those boosters that I have obtained over the last winter, spring, summer games, and have compiled it into those arties. Not to mention when you get a times 3 XP boost during the summer games, I would play my arties then too, and it just got to be the war of attrition, and I am so glad that I'm done with it. So as much as I make fun of filthy pigs, I have been a filthy pig for a while now, trying to get those lines done, but I am done. I don't play a ton of games in my tier 10 arties. Every once in a while I'll jump in there and play them, but now they're just there for the show. I have them, and I feel accomplished. It only took me 4 years, but I got every tank until they add a new line, and then I have to do it some more, but that should be fairly easy. So my next goal is to get the VK7201 and the M60, and that should take a while. Getting 450,000 free XP is going to be a difficult task. Alright, so let's get into the game. We're up to 1200 damage. Let my team know the reload. Kranvagn, hull down beast. It's got great gun depression. It's got good turret armor. Its hull armor is suspect, but if you're using your full gun depression, your upper plates can bounce some shells. Can't really side scrape in it too well. And it can't really get the shells out very fast either, so it's worse than a 50B as far as getting the shells out. Definitely not even close to a T57 heavy, but the one thing this thing has over those two is the turret armor. If you can get this thing facing the target, hull down, there is not much that is going to get through this, unless in fact you're below the tank and they're shooting down into the turret, because it's at a pretty steep angle. So if they're shooting down into you and it's pretty much a 90-degree angle at that point, then tier 10 not artillery, tier 10 tank destroyers can get through it pretty easily. Probably even tier 10 heavy and medium tanks with premium rounds. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know I've been penned by tank destroyers when I'm not above them, hull down, and that's kind of irritating. Another thing to do if you encounter a Kranvagn that's hull down is just to spam it with HE shells. Try to shoot it towards the top of the turret or at the base of the turret, and that should get some splash damage going. So we catch a machine out in the bottom here, and when you're on this map, win the hill, and then just clean up the fools that go to the field. That's really all you need to know. And then for you, those of you that really enjoy going to the field, well, yes, you can win it from there, but it's just so much easier to win the hill and then make your way back to win the field. If you like a challenge, then go to the field and then see if you can come back from it. To me, it's frustrating, not so much a fun challenge. So generally, I just go up to the hill, make sure we win, and then push off and hopefully salvage or gather enough damage to potentially get an ace tanker or whatever else. The machine gets its second heat shell into me after missing the first one, and now we were trying to get to this low ground, that way I could use my gun depression and hopefully get hull down on these guys. Not to mention, I want to make sure that I'm spotting them for my team, so if they are to take damage, I'm getting the spotted target. And sure enough, I get that. And now I'm going to reload, and this reload does take quite a while, and the reason I enjoy my Kranvagn so much is because it took me so long to master this thing. And I guess I don't have it 3 marks, so you could argue that I'm not a master of it. But being able to do great things with it took me a while to figure out. It wasn't like the IS-7 where I had tier 10 syndrome. I mean, I had a good grasp of the game, understood what needed to be done. So there's a ship barn out there, and I think I just took that ship barn shell in the turret. So had he hit me on the top of the turret and splashed, oh no, that must have been an arty shell that fizzled on me. Maybe the machine's heat shell. I'm not sure. I thought I heard a HE round, but it must have been a heat round. Just to touch on equipment and supplies before or as we wrap this game up. Supplies, I use coffee and cinnamon buns, 105 octane, and a large repair kit. If you get tracked in this, it's pretty devastating. I also have a level 9 crew in here, so he has pretty much all the important skills that I need in the Kranvagn. Equipment, I use a fan, vert stabs, and a gun laying drive, just because the gun handling on this is pretty atrocious. So that helps me make sure that I'm getting as much damage as possible when I'm pulling the trigger. As we get over here, the chieftain, I know that I can take one of his bullets and I'm able to reload, and that actually, you can see how long it takes to reload or unload the clip on there. So let's get to end game stats. Well, we didn't have any premium for this game, so we lost 20,000, but we did 6,100 damage, 2,300 assist, 1,600 blocked. Very nice game. Take that in any of my tier 10s any day. I only had 2 kills, so I think that's what costed me my ace. But this thing is pretty difficult to get an ace tanker in. First class, yeah, not too much to talk about. That is my second favorite tier 10. Glad to get back into tanks that I love, and glad that I don't have to grind arty anymore. And in celebration, let's do a tank giveaway. So I'll give away a tank on Friday, and you guys let me know what your favorite tech tree grind was. So, or maybe your top 3. I don't care. Just tell me what your favorite is, like the 3 tanks that highlighted it for you. Maybe like the tier 4, tier 7, and tier 10 were your favorites. Why they're your favorites. Put your gamer tag in there. What console you play. and we'll do a drawing on Friday. I'll quit babbling. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.